I swear to you, I didn't imagine it. The Colonel's lips moved, and in a voice like gravel dragged across steel, he whispered, "You're taking all my time. I work the night shift at a KFC. Not glamorous, not fun, but it pays the bills. This location is out on the edge of town, tucked between a gas station and a stretch of woods that seem endless. After 10 p.m., it's dead quiet. Just me, a fry cook named Darren, who clocks out at midnight, and the Colonel. Not the real man. The statue. Every KFC has one. Life-sized. White suit. Black string tie. Glasses perched on his nose. That smile. Ours stands in the lobby, right by the window. Always watching. I hated it from the first night, the way the fluorescent lights reflected off his glasses, making his eyes glow. The way he seemed to shift when you weren't looking directly at him. I'd mop the floor, glance up his head tilted differently. Wipe the counter, his hand closer to the glass. Darren once joked, "He's keeping an eye on you, doesn't like slackers." I laughed, but deep down I didn't think he was joking. The first real sign came 2 weeks in. 1:30 a.m. Darren had left, but he made a low eselon. I heard it. A scrape. Like wood. Dragging across tile. I peeked into the lobby. The Colonel was closer to the counter, just a few inches. But I knew. The next night, it happened again, and the night after that. Always when I was alone. Always when the restaurant was silent. The Colonel moved. I tested it, put a mop bucket at his feet. When I came back, the bucket was tipped. Water spilled across the floor, and the Colonel was smiling. Then came the voice. 2:17 a.m. I was wiping down the counter. A whisper, deep, gravelly. "You're taking all my time." I froze. The words came from the lobby. "From him." I whispered, "Who's there?" And the Colonel answered, "You are." I bolted into the kitchen, grabbed the phone. "Keith." "Darren." No answer. Tried again. Deadline. When I turned back, the Colonel was gone. The lobby was empty. Then a knock. From the walk-in freezer. 3 knocks. Slow. Steady. The handle rattled. And then that voice. "Let me out." I ran. Out the back door. Into the night air. But when I looked back through the drive-thru window, he was standing in the kitchen. Right where I had been. Watching me leave. I quit that week. Thought leaving would be enough. But it wasn't. Because the Colonel followed me. First time was on the street late at night. He stood under a flickering streetlight. White suit, black tie. Smile cracked wide. I blinked, gone. Second time, I woke to a sound, a scrape, like wood dragging across tile. I crept into the kitchen. Was there. Standing in the corner, hands clasped, watching. I screamed, locked myself in my room. But then that voice, "You're taking all my time," right outside my door. Now, I don't sleep. Every night, I hear him. Sometimes in the kitchen, sometimes in the hallway, sometimes right outside my bedroom. Always whispering. Always waiting. The Colonel doesn't stay in the restaurant anymore. He goes where I go. And once he speaks to you, he never stops. If you ever work the night shift at a KFC, don't stay past midnight. Don't be alone. And whatever you do, don't listen when the Colonel speaks. I scrubbed the walls until my knuckles bled. But every morning, the handprints came back. Thick, greasy, and fresh. Underscore, I bought the building cheap. It used to be shut down after a kitchen fire in '98. 20 years empty, and I thought I could turn it into a retro diner. Underscore first morning after getting the keys. I found 5 greasy handprints on the kitchen wall, low to the ground. Fresh, but there was no oil in the building. No staff. No reason. Underscore I installed cameras, motion sensors, even spread flour on the floor. Stayed overnight. At 2:13 a.m., the kitchen sensor went off. I rushed in, no movement. No footprints, just a smell of hot grease. Underscore the camera. Dead. Battery drained. No footage. Underscore next morning. 6 handprints. 1 child-sized. I called my contractor. He said no one had been inside. Said the place smelled like something was still cooking. Underscore that night, ... I brought my friend Mason. We sat in the dark kitchen at 2:41 a.m. The temperature dropped. Then, a wet slap. A fresh handprint appeared right in front of us. Underscore San tried to leave. The door was open, but behind it, just black. Not the alley, not the night. Just nothing. He touched the knob, pulled back, covered in grease. Underscore the kitchen changed. Fryers bubbling, walls slick, handprints everywhere. Ceiling, floor, some massive, some small, all fresh. Underscore then we heard footsteps from the walk-in freezer. Something stepped out. Not a person. Grease-stained uniform, melted name tag, dripping hands. Underscore pressed one to the wall. A new print appeared. Bennett whispered, "You bought the building. You bought the shift." Mason ran. I tried to follow, but the windows were gone. Just walls, painted to look like glass. Underscore I looked down. My shirt had changed. Red. Grease-stained. Name tag. Manager. I searched for Mason. But the building had changed. Hallways that didn't exist. Doors to nowhere. And always, the handprints. Underscore I don't know how long I've been here. The calendar still says March 1998. The fryers still bubble. The handprints still appear. Underscore every morning ... I scrub the walls, but they come back. Always 5. Sometimes 6. Sometimes more, if you ever buy an old restaurant. Especially one that used to be a KFC. Check the walls, and if you see greasy handprints, don't clean them. Underscore, because once you do, you've already clocked in. Underscore.